spiritual inspiration if you want to put any poetry together. It can be about what people's feelings are about life or anything anybody wants to say, really. About treatment, about caring, about giving, about listening, about healing, about anything you want to say. I like the idea of the Quakers. You know the Quakers? Well, I've been to Quaker meetings and I've had Quakers visit me, and they wait for the inspiration of the Holy Spirit to talk, and they sit in silence. They're called the Religious Society of Friends, and they're usually about peace and prison reform and governments listening to the people, the church listening to the people, you know. And they visit people in prisons, and for centuries they work for prison reform, like people who are being punished, they're being nurtured and cared about, you know, and sort of believed in a bit, because a lot of them have got really broken families and difficulties to start with. And I think if you don't have a good start in life, you know, I didn't have a bad start, you know, but my parents were just a bit too strict and they didn't know how to nurture you, you know, and I think that's what people need, nurturing. That bit of belief in somebody. If you put a little bit of belief in somebody, they start to grow and develop, you know, and believe in themselves, and then they get faith maybe, or treat other people good. There's an art to it. I learned through disregard, really, but that taught me how to nurture other people. And I think the state-run system is very much based on, well, we will treat you this way, and we do want you to do it this way. And it's like, well, people need creativity and spirituality and religion, as well as confidence and self-belief and valuing other people. And a lot of the time, I think, if you're just told to do it a particular way, there's no real new growth or development, you know, if it's just about obligations and meeting targets. And a lot of the NHS system, psyche system runs like that, you know, about a particular curriculum that's very organised, and there's not enough leave, there's over-medicating people, there's not enough creativity. There's a lot where it's lacking, and we're trying to work to bring creativity to it, you know.
I think people just don't think they've got time.
They
don't make time.
No, a lot of the time it's like that. I think people are just doing what their job says. You know, people will just do what their job description is. They'll sort of talk about, do what they need to do for that day's work, and then they think they've done enough. I mean, to some degree, yes, okay, but there's always got to be some new growth and new development, something a bit extra to take things forward, you know. So the service improves, everything improves everywhere, and so that people are getting what they need to heal their minds as well, you know.
A lot of it is as well just conversational level, because my sister-in-law was dying on Sunday night. She'd 4 hours to live. And she was still there on Monday morning, and I went to see her last night, and I was going to go to a pancake day at the church in Denham, and doing bingo or something like that, or something else, and I thought, no, I went a different way around, and I stayed with her, and I stayed an hour and a half, and I had the most interesting conversation that I've had all the time on nowhere.
Wow.
She was very open and everything. She was like,
do you know that song?
Born, you know.
You know that song, is it? Tears for Fears. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. You know that song?
I was thinking exactly that. I thought, if this was her best day, then I'm really glad I spent that with her.
Yeah.
She's still here today.
It must have been meant to be.
Yeah, but what
Well, you're still here today through all this.
What's going to happen when you go away? And I'm not going to have my washing to bring in, you know, which I had, it was dark. But I just thought, you know, when I went home, I said, oh, thank you, God, I'm really pleased I did that turn and went that way instead of the other way.
Yeah.
Because I recorded what she'd said.
Did you?
And I can let my daughter hear it, because my daughter's just
Oh,
heard her
that's
say
wonderful.
little bits. You know, she said, oh yeah, oh, I don't know, oh, maybe. But this was conversation that from somebody 96 who can't move, she'd broken both her legs when she fell out of bed recently, which isn't good. And, it's fascinating. You get some really, really good days. Like today, coming here, you know, to meet you all. Again,
We're
that's
so glad
something
you
that
came. We're so
you can't
glad you came.
replicate it. No, you'll come again, but it won't be the same as the first time that you've kind of done that.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
important,
It's lovely
yeah.
to have you here, Tina. It's nice to actually, all the times you've recorded people, I'm aware she works for a radio station, she does a radio show, and she's been recording people all this time. We've finally got her on record, so.
Oh,
And
yeah,
she's
yeah,
telling a lovely story, so.
Because you wanted a poem, didn't you, about something?
Yeah, do you want to give us a poem?
Give you
Is
this
that
one.
all right?
I never thought how much the rain could fascinate the adult brain, until one day it found me stood in a puddle flecked with mud. It trickled past my wellied toes and dripped profusely from my nose. Then in the cold and wet I saw something I had once before noticed as a child one day, a river beckoning me away. Over tab-ends on the floor, underneath the baker's door, leaves went swiftly swirling by, spent bus tickets and a fly who tried to swim against the tide, then in a matchbox tried to hide. A little bit down, so. It's gone as the next
It's about
bit.
a
and then
rainbow,
it's
isn't it?
probably
But you
because
know,
I'm saying
you
it,
made
I
me
know.
cry,
I'll
and then
come back with it.
I always say to people that rainbows are made of tears and
Yeah.
smiles, you know, they're made of sunshine and rain. They're about
Oh, I
life.
know it,
You know, every
Yeah.
colour under the sun, under a rainbow, a
Yeah.
unified world.
So the next bit was, then when the river met some clay, it forked and found another way to run. Round in circles, back again, mesmerised was I by rain, until my eyes came hard to gaze upon a multicoloured haze. Some petrol spilled upon the street, just lay in a rainbow at my feet.
Oh.
And I used to be a lollipop lady, and this is why the dripping and your wellies and the lot. But I looked up and I thought, aren't I lucky to be standing here in the rain, experiencing all this beauty, when somebody else just looked, oh, look how muddy it is, look at that petrol spill.
You know,
Nobody
some
could
people
see
can't
the beauty
see.
in it.
The
Sorry, I'm
petrol's multicoloured, like
Yeah.
the blood of the earth. It's like the blood of the earth, isn't it? And it's fueling, bridging communication gaps, because people can now travel thousands of miles to see each other,
Yeah.
and they couldn't before. And it's like the blood of the earth is actually powering people to go all these thousands of miles. By design, by the spirit, you know, which is lovely, isn't it? But yeah, it's multicoloured. And when you smell it, it makes your head go all dizzy, and it's just amazing stuff with petrol.
I think about 3 weeks ago I went to visit a lady, and I pulled in, it's the bottom of Haworth Road, she's in a flat down there, and I thought, look at that, and I stopped again, and I took a picture of this rainbow petrol.
Oh,
because
yeah.
thought,
I
I've
saw a
never brought
rainbow
picture to
over
put with
Heights
the poem.
Lane. I saw a big rainbow over Heights Lane, because at the top of Heights Lane you can see Ilkley Moor.
Oh yes.
Have you been, you know, on Ilkley Moor, there's a stone circle called the 12 Apostles. We'll have to go at some point. We'll have to see if we can all meet at Ilkley Moor at some point when I get through here. And the 12 Apostles it's called, a stone circle, yeah. I've not been there myself, but I have been to the Cow and Calf. There's a big set of rocks called the Cow and Calf up there. I've been up there a few times. That's beautiful, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So much about poetry is like getting those little details that people
Yeah.
often look over and
And it's not
solidifying
something
them.
that I actually wrote when I was away from it. While I was standing there, I wrote it, you know.
Have you got a poem, Tom?
Yeah,
Do you want to recite something?
yeah.
That would be good. We got the counsel and the wisdom of the years, and something fresh and new development,
Yeah.
something about life,
There is,
from all perspectives.
Quite recently, I wrote a dream. I wrote a poem in my dream.
Wow,
I think I must
I've
have
done
been
that
like
one
half
time.
asleep, and then sort of woke up and still could remember what it was.
Yeah.
I've done that one time.
It's
Yeah, that's amazing. But I didn't write mine down. Mine was about all the animals in the zoo. And they all had different characters, and the poem described them all. And then right at the end, they all deliberated who was the strangest animal of the lot.
Oh, yes.
And it became, they all unanimously agreed it was the zookeeper.
Oh,
It's just amazing.
that's a good story, is that to write?
Yeah, you
to put
definitely
that
should
down
get
on
it
paper.
down.
Yeah, I've got to remember it. It just flowed, and it was in a dream, and then I woke up and I knew I had to write it down, and I just didn't, but I remembered the gist of it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how much of this was my brain filling in the gaps afterwards, or if it was actually like this.
It still
No,
comes from the
that's
subconscious.
true. Tomorrow kindness is calling, so whatever the cost, tell your lovers you love them before they are lost. Water the wastelands to turn into green, connect with your neighbours, create your own scene. Tomorrow kindness is calling, so play dot to dot with the stars in the sky from your stargazing spot. Walk a little bit slower, take time to deep breathe. Remember the best place to wear your heart is your sleeve. Tomorrow kindness is calling, and we can't run away. In fact, I no longer want to. Let's invite her today.
Oh, that's lovely. That's beautiful.
Rhyming poetry, definitely all those I do.
I do
It's
too.
quite gloomy, so I thought I'd pick a hopeful one.
Thank you. That was lovely.
I do, yeah.
It's beautiful words from beautiful people. I hope it gets out to heal the world.